I don't want it to just be done. Oh, look, I'm crooked. There we go. A little bit more symmetrical. There we go. Getting ourselves together as people are alerted and show up should they choose to. So, for those of you who were watching the recording, today is no, it's not a Wednesday, it's a Thursday. Today is Thursday. I'm checking my head. It's Thursday, March 12th, because tomorrow's Friday the 13th. Ooh. It is March 12th. It is 2 p.m. Eastern time. This TikTok or this YouTube live will be an hour. With that one persona, you're so good. You're so good to let me know that you can see and hear me, because that means a lot, because a video without sight nor sound is goofy. And I think I actually just got a notification in my emails that I'm live on YouTube. So maybe other people are as well. And as I glance up, I see that we've got Danielle and Christine and Carla Jane. Yay for you. Yay for everybody showing up. This means that the process works. What am I trying to do? Carla Jane. The process also got a notification. That one persona, I am curious when you got the notification. Did you get it like right as it was starting, or did you get it early? And the reason, Coffee and Calm, nice to see you. And the reason I asked that one persona is because I scheduled this live like maybe 25 minutes before. Like I got all the background stuff done, and I don't know when they send out the notifications. So I'm just curious about that, because I don't want people to. Okay, when you actually are live. Okay, that's what Christine says. Okay, good to know. I get the notification when you're live versus like, okay, pretty much as it started, chef's kiss. That's what I would want to happen. So I'm glad that's happening now. So yay. Good news is, you guys, I have a bunch of kind of things to walk you through, because I am getting my own kind of my own life decluttered today. I, as you may know, was away for some time. This weekend was crazy. I was away on Sunday and Monday, and then Tuesday was all day at the hospital with my husband. He's fine, no big deal. Yesterday was still kind of dealing with that and kind of easing back into my own life. And then today, as I mentioned, I had a bunch of paperwork on my desk here. So I have compartmentalized that. But one thing I thought would be helpful, and I almost got a little, and I should even, like, what do you call it? Envelope opener. So what I thought might be fun would be this, just for a little bit. Anybody have some mail that they haven't opened yet? Anybody? I do. And I specifically did not even go through my mail nor open it up, because I thought it might be helpful, because on the TikTok live that we just did just a couple hours ago, on that TikTok live, a bunch of people were saying, I haven't opened my mail, I'm afraid to open my mail, etc. And I thought, well, you know what? I could walk you through the process of what it's like to, not be like, okay, there looks like there's some stuff here. So I thought, I love it. Christine just went through a couple of weeks of mail last night. Here's the funny thing, Christine, I bet you anything mail's going to come today, right? Kind of like today, I've put 2 or 3 loads of laundry in the washing machine. Laundry happens all the time. I took clean dishes out of the dishwasher and put them away. Already there are dirty dishes in the sink to be put into the dishwasher. So laundry happens pretty much all the time. Dirty dishes happen pretty much all the time. Mail coming in the mailbox and in your email box happens all the time. There we go. All righty. Now, Laura Voorhees says, pant. Oh, I just came in from my garage emptying 3 hours. That is a hike. You need a break, my deal. There we go. Christine says, ooh, I can unload the dishwasher with you right now. Please do. Yeah. And Gina, I'm thinking you may receive a very small amount of mail. We do too. I mean, today it was this. It used to be a lot more until I actively started to call up to say, could I please be removed? A small amount of mail is great. It's better better than a big amount of mail. And however, shall we go through this together while Laura Voorhees takes a well-deserved break from her garage emptying? Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to go from top to bottom. Okay, this is, and I won't get into details, this is a credit card statement. Now, part of me is a bit fearful to open this up to see how much money. Okay, that's good that you didn't get an email today. I am a little bit fearful of opening this up, or reticent, or okay, but I'm going to. Now I get my now that's interesting. Rosalinda Zabirian, 1877. Other people said they got notifications. You might want to check your notification settings. I don't know what to tell you. That's a YouTube thing. So a credit card statement. I'm a little bit reticent to read it because I'm afraid to admit how much money I put on the credit card. But I know that if I don't open it and I don't look at it, two things could happen. One is I could forget to pay it. Now I have it set to auto pay, but also if I don't go through it, it is possible that somebody got a hold of my credit card number and bought something from it. So I'm looking, okay, that balance is not bad. We got some points. So I will now do the important thing, which is separate out the mail from the envelope. Now the envelope I can put in my pile to put in the recycle bin. You know, Carla Jane, I love it. Sorry, our neighbor's over. We have an elderly neighbor. He needed some help today. So my husband's helping him. You and Laura can take a well-deserved break and hang out with us. Make some lunch, take a break. Laura says the funny thing is Hubs will probably not notice the difference because I worked with a lot of gardening tools and smaller stuff. He will drive the car, the thing out and be able to go, ta-da. It doesn't matter what he says. It all matters you have it. Yeah. Yeah. And I love it. Laura is also saying for those who have piles of mail to go through, maybe try to do what I do so that won't get worse. I literally sort the mail as I walk up the driveway. Crap immediately goes into the recycle bin. See, I like that. What I actually do, my step, I have an extra step, is I will set aside my crappy mail to see if it's anybody whose mailing list I can get off. Oh, all is well. All is well. Yes, you know what? That was the ring notification on the door. My husband, poor dear, he's recovering from surgery. Yes, but he is going over to help our elderly neighbor. And I just looked outside, and yesterday was beautiful, and it was snowing out. It's snowing out. So I will say I am so glad that I made the decision to not do this paperwork yesterday, and instead I went for a walk outside. I blew some leaves off so my crocuses could bloom up. I sat on the back breezeway in the sunshine because the weather always changes. So anyhow, yep. Yay, garden girl. I hope you're feeling better. We just got notified. A friend of ours says COVID, no fun. Made the bed, got dressed, big thing. Brought laundry down and put it all in the garage. Started laundry, sitting down because I'm exhausted after all that. Stamina is low. Everybody, feel free to take a break. Judy Dukes is asking how the pizza was. Speaking of people showing up at the door, because people rarely show up at the door. It was good. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but I didn't have to make dinner, so that was a good thing. Yes, so the pizza was good. Yeah. Carla Jane started handling mail immediately. We have a huge issue with new mail person. Donna has not received her new ID. I received mine a month ago. Okay. So mail, it will pile up just like laundry and just like dishes. So let's not make the piles too big. Let's deal with it kind of on a daily basis. So I have now realized that this is something I want to go through more detailedly to make sure that nobody got my credit card bill or number so that I don't pay for anything that wasn't mine. I'm going to set that aside. Action pile. This goes in the recycle bin. Now, what's this? See, now this type of thing right here, I'm already annoyed because there's no return address and it's got a fake um, sentiment on the back, but it's also probably, what do you call it? Spam mail. Okay. Hey, we miss you. Do you? Oh, you know who misses me? DSW. Yeah. So Laura Davis, the president's favorite thing to do in spring. I don't know about you. This stuff kind of annoys me, but they did send me a credit, a $25 off thing, valid March 19th to May 12th. I might keep it. You know, a new pair of sandals. So I put that over here. Now that's different, but then I'll recycle these bits. Okay. Third one. Now this is from my old business. It totally is saying sign up for something. So this goes right into the recycle bin. And I like the visceral tearing up of paper. So that's that one. And then today, state representative. Okay, nope. We're already, well, actually, here's a cool thing. McDoug's, nice to see you. Yeah. I am also being very careful with opening my mail because I got a paper cut here and a paper cut here. Now, this is something I was initially going to recycle because it's from our state representative. We already vote for him. He's a good guy. But check this out. Not breakfast. Shredding and e-waste event and food drive, Saturday, June 6th. Chester County Food Bank, Coventry. Okay, so I'm going to look for this. This will kind of go in the look at it further type thing and to see if we're around on the 6th. I don't know if we are, but I'm going to check. That was today's mail. I am good. I am good. And I hope you take some time and go through your mail too. I am also, since my phone was making all sorts of things, I believe that was my husband coming back into the house. Boo? Okay, everything's okay? Good. Sometimes our front door doesn't open, so I was afraid he was going to be outside, stuck out there. So notice that maybe took a minute, maybe longer because I was doing that. But I will tell you, something that takes less than 5 minutes, try to find a way to just do it. Because now I don't have to, now there are some additional steps. Like I'm not going to go when they say, you know, don't put it down, put it away. Well, I put this down because I'm not about to go and do all this stuff at the same time. So any questions about decluttering your mail? I have had great luck, as you probably know, because I've shared it before, with when I get some mail, like I have one here in my pile on the floor. Literally, my pile has only 3 things in it, but a thing that I don't want to get mail for. So I have this in my pile of places to call up to say, could you please remove me from your mailing list? I will also now put that in this pile right here. So we've got that going. There was something else I want to show you. I don't know, but that's some of my idea, you know? So that's what I was thinking might be helpful to you, but it's just a thought I have in my head. So I ask you, what would be helpful to you today? This is the cool thing about doing a YouTube live versus a TikTok live. Far fewer people show up on YouTube, so it's a smaller group. It's like we're in a cool club versus a stadium or a coliseum, you know? Marietta, getting over being super sick with the flu. And even now, just taking a shower and doing my hair has me winded. Okay. And what I suggest to you is, please, Marietta, Laura, everybody, Carla, Kara, everybody, allow yourself to take care of yourself. Noticing that you're winded just by doing something that may not wind you usually, that is your body saying, take care of me. Judy Dukes, yeah, I like being a part of the cool club. And you know who the really cool club kids are? You guys. You're the ones that show up and not just to like hang out, but you're doing stuff. You are actively doing the decluttering. I've never been cool before. Yes, you have, because you're hanging out here with us. We have decided we are the cool kid club, but we are even cooler than the cliques in high school because we will allow anybody to join in. All are welcome except for really mean people that hurt others. We don't want them. That's okay. I will keep them away. Okay. Yes. And that one persona, notice I could have worked through my tired. Do not work through your tired. Pay attention to how your body feels and take care of it first. Everything else is after that. If you're not feeling well physically or mentally, everything else is affected by that. So take care of those first two steps, your crown on down and your calming down of your nervous system. Yeah. Carla Jane, this is a good one. Somebody in the fam had a way. Yeah. 80 yesterday, snowing now. Good day to be inside. Totally, Patty. Totally. I get it. Yeah. Yay, garden girl. Made a fluffanutta. Thought you'd appreciate it. Yes, realized I hadn't eaten lunch and that's all the energy I can muster. Any food is good food. If you have none in your tummy, any food is going to be good food. So everybody, notice that a bunch of our cool club members aren't feeling so well. So if that's not you, how can you notice this? It's almost like being decluttered. I am decluttered. I don't want to get recluttered. What could I do right now to maintain my decluttering, or I could maintain my health? Could you take some vitamins if you've got them, if you typically take vitamins? Drinking some water, putting some food in your body. Now, if you are more motivated and you have the energy to make something slightly more healthful than a fluffernutter, then go for it. But if all you can muster is a fluffernutter, I just reheated a leftover half of a breakfast sandwich from yesterday. Well, I could tell you what a fluffernutter is, but Kara can do that instead, Judy Dukes. It's local. And the most local would probably be is if you made it with Teddy peanut butter too, which would be that would be the hyper local version. And I don't know, maybe Pepperidge Farm bread. I'm trying to think of what would be a local bread to make your fluffernutter on. In any case, for the people who are not feeling well, noticing it and taking care of yourself. Skippy and Fluff. Yes. So marshmallow fluff made in Lynn, Massachusetts, at least the last time I checked. Yes, exactly that one persona. Yes. It's peanut butter and marshmallow fluff on a sandwich, but there's the fluff, like literally, here's a funny thing. I have two fluff jars right here. One has my little thingies in them, and this other one has my paper clips. But see how it says Fluff right there? It's the actual Fluff brand. It's not like Kraft Marshmallow Cream, because Pepperidge Farm remembers, right? Yeah. Uh-huh. Now here, this is fun. Yeah. It's tasty. I will tell you it's Judy Dukes because it's like the slightly saltiness of the peanut butter kind of, and it's a different texture, kind of cuts through the super sweet of the fluff. And it's a totally local, like New England, Massachusetts type thing, as is Teddy peanut butter. But you can use any peanut butter you want. What do we have? We actually, my husband, we have it on the grocery list for today or tomorrow, actually, because we're putting the car in the shop tonight. See, I mean, life is just so exciting, isn't it? We use one of the store brands from one of the grocery stores down here because he likes it the best. Now, Anita, this is great. I got anxious for the garden because of the nice weather. Now, anxious? Yeah. Oh, I want my garden. It was a sign to order the seeds I needed. No, now that it's cold again, I feel like I'm slightly a step ahead because you've already ordered your seeds and I can check that off my list. Awesome. Yay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Now, clearing off. Okay. So Marietta, working on one load of laundry, unpacking suitcase, making my bed, taking a shower, and doing hair. That seems like enough for today. If it seems like enough for today, by all means, clock out and take it easy. Now, somebody was asking, Carla Jane and that one persona want to talk about clearing out emails. So a couple of ways you can do that. Okay. And it's going to be chunking it down. So I'm going to go over here and look at my own Gmail. Okay. Now, it may be a little bit different for you if you don't have Gmail, but this could be a thing. Somebody actually said, so what I like to do is I have gotten in the habit of any time, like kind of like when the mail comes in on a daily basis throughout the day, is I will unsubscribe from any emails that I don't want to get. Okay. Yeah. So, Carla Jane, you may not have heard of a fluffernutter because it's a Northeastern thing. And you, my dear, I don't know if you know this, but you're from the South. So, I bet you have things there that we don't eat. Aren't regional foods interesting? Can you imagine if we didn't have regional foods? It would be even more boring to travel the US than it already is. So, one of the things you can do is I think you can, let me see. I'm going to see what happens if I do this. Interesting. Here's the thing you could do. So you could go, so in the way that my email box is set up, there is a search field on the top of it. And what I just did was I just typed in the word unsubscribe. Now that doesn't unsubscribe me for anything, but what it does is identifies any emails that I get that have the word unsubscribe in it. Now, that is going to identify something that is probably not a personal email to you. It probably will indicate some things that you get that are commercial in nature. So, for example, when I do this, I see things that it's like, yep, that was and actually, I might want to unsubscribe from that too. There we go, unsubscribe. I hit the unsubscribe, and yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't really care about either of those things. So I am going to subscriptions my updated. Okay. So boom, you're done. All right. The other thing is like, for example, if you want to weed out emails that have come, and I love it. I love seeing the chit chat in the comments. So that was one unsubscribe that I did. So I just will go unsubscribe and I will see what kinds of emails that I get from like a mailing list. Now, some of them I do want to keep. Yes, no, yes, 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 yes. So quite a few of these I do want to keep. I'm pretty good at that. Other ones that I don't want, I can click into it and unsubscribe. Now, the one thing I will say is, though, please be mindful. If you get something that looks like very untrustworthy email, spam, that type of thing, and it says unsubscribe by clicking here, if you are at all wary of if it's legit or not, be safe and just delete it. Sometimes spam email will do something, and even though it's an unsubscribed link, it might take you somewhere else. But if it's from Kohl's, if it's from, the Marriott, or the newspaper you subscribe, if it's a trustworthy source and you don't want to be on their mailing list, you can use that to filter the things you could unsubscribe. Okay. Kara's offering, I create filters to group emails, like search on Land's End. You can batch delete them and then decide how to keep them. And folders, do not download them. Yeah. Now, Judy Dukes, notice this. Notice how you're judging yourself about having 8,448 emails. Are they all read? Are they all unread? If this makes you feel better, Judy Dukes, if you want to compare yourself and feel bad, notice this example right here. Judy is judging herself and feeling because I can see it in the emoji she's using, that she's got 8,448 emails, and she does not feel good about that. On the other hand, because I have access to my husband's Gmail because I was looking up something today, he has 30,014 emails in his email box, and he's not bothered by it. Judy Dukes, that's almost 4 times the amount of emails you have. So technically, you have 75, let's say you have 75% fewer emails. Yeah. Yep. There we go. I have 16K between 3 emails. It all depends on how you feel about it. So notice different numbers make people feel different. My husband, I can tell you right now, because I'm looking at his, we trust each other. It's fine. 16,746 emails flagged as updates. That's twice as many that you have in all of yours, Judy Dukes. You know? Yeah, and I will say I don't like the look of the little red button, the little red thing that says you've got emails. My husband doesn't care. You should see the amount of texts unread, the phone calls. Yeah. So notice why. So we can work on this right now, you guys. I don't know how, if you're able to watch me and go to your email box. I find it more helpful to do this type of thing from my computer, like my big desktop computer versus my phone. But notice which emails you haven't opened and your life is not negatively affected. Those are ones that are probably first on the list that you could delete and simply have fewer of them. Nobody says you have to open all of them. If anything, if you have, 15,000 emails from Land's End, 14,997 are probably for a sale that's over. So you could easily do like that. Okay, stop everybody, please. Let's learn from this right now. I can tell how you're feeling about the number of emails that you have. There we go, Vico. Nice. Come on over. We're talking about deleting emails. If the amount of emails that you have, either read or unread or in total in your email box, doesn't make you feel good, let's do something about it. Okay, so Jennifer is saying, I don't care. So good. That feeling, if it's no big deal to me, I will share with you. So my husband's, as I said, he's got all that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to find out, there's a way. So here's an interesting thing. Okay. He has 30,000 emails in his inbox, taking up 32% of his Gmail gigabytes. I only have right now 3 emails in my inbox, but I'm using 66%. So I have a hell of a lot more of them stored somewhere, but I've dealt with them and I have stored them, And so I just say to you, you can do something about it, but do not overwhelm yourself with the total. Start today and just start to set your timer. Use the time maybe that we are here together. Speaking of time, it's 2:28. So we've got 32 minutes left of this live. Use a chunk of our time together to go through and delete some of the emails. And also don't just delete them. And we were talking about seeds and gardens and stuff like that. I was thinking about this today. Deleting an email is basically like chopping down, like snipping a weed. When you only delete a spam email, you're just snipping it off at the surface. While it may take a moment or two longer, if you go and unsubscribe from that email that you don't want, that's like digging it out at the roots. So which one would you rather do? Would you constantly rather be chopping out those things at the surface? Or do you want to get deep down and take it out by the roots and it never appears again in the garden known as your email box? Okay? So it's up to you. It really is. And I am just here to remind you, you can do something about this. And even if you have allowed that pile of emails to be overwhelming, you can also, a shovel at a time, like a big pile of snow, do something about it and let it melt and not come back. So again, if something bugs you, you can do something about it. Okay? Yeah. I love saying, seeing the connections people are making for food and whatnot in the chat. Always good to see that somebody could be your next door neighbor. Yeah. So I just say, chunking it down, people. It's where it's at. You can get overwhelmed, but you can chunk it down. Or kind of like Laura said, where was it? I had so many thousands of emails on my school email before I retired. I saved addresses and kind messages and didn't miss the account when it got turned off. Yeah. There we go. That one persona is shifting gears, cleaning out the car, decluttering the car, and probably doing some cleaning while you're at it so I can more easily drop off donations. What a wonderful a reason to clean out the car. Also, I don't know about you guys, but we were talking about weather. Yesterday, it was glorious and sunny. And boy, did I notice how crappy our cars looked with the salt and the ice, and especially the mats on the front. I was inspired to go get the cars into the wash and do all that. But then I took a look. I took a look right here at my weather, and I saw that it didn't make sense for me to clean the outside or the inside of my car because it was going to be crappy weather for not only from today until 5 o'clock, but yeah, we are still in mud season. We are just at the beginning of mud season. But notice how it feels better when you have a cleaned car. Now, yay, that one persona. It may be chilly, but the sun is shining. Yeah, it's looking kind of crapola with us. We saw some blue skies. I didn't see the blue skies for a week until I went up to New Hampshire. Yeah, Gina and that one persona. We may meet one day without even realizing it. Yeah, maybe you'll both meet each other dropping stuff off at a place that you're dropping your decluttering. And you know what? You could use the secret word. Here's the secret word. Decluttering? Yes, I'm decluttering. And then you would know that, oh, are you a destination declutterer? And if somebody says, oh, no, I'm just cleaning, you could be like, oh, man, you should hang out with us. We're a lot of fun. Wouldn't that be fun? The secret word is decluttering. Why not? Why not? Now, here's a fun thing. I was decluttering a couple of weeks ago. I met a woman who was decluttering, and I noticed she was just about to put something into the donation bin that I thought might be cool. So I was like, is that what I think it is? And she said, yes, it is. And she said, would you like it? And look at me. I'm the person who's encouraging you to declutter, but I'm also a human. And I said, I think I would like that. So she gave it to me. Now I brought it home and I looked at it and I discovered that it wouldn't work for me. So it is in my pile to declutter again. So just because you have something doesn't mean you need to keep it. And it can be fun, you know? So who else has questions about decluttering your emails? You can search by unsubscribe. You can search by the sender of the email, Kohl's. Which ones are the ones that bug you? Wouldn't it feel great to never get another email from, and fill in the blank? Kohl's, Boscov's, Macy's, Dick's Sporting Goods. I don't know. What are the ones that bug you the most? Yeah. I love this. Patty, 2 weeks ago, decluttered the counters and made them more functional. Notice the making more functional. Bi-monthly deep clean of kitchen today was amazingly easy and short. I only started it this month. Haven't been able to do this in years. Yeah. Right, Judy Dukes, political ones. Just because, and this is for everything, just because you unsubscribe from the emails does not mean that you don't shop at that place, support the cause, make your donation. Sometimes what happens to us is we will do something. We will sign a petition, we will donate money, and somewhere in the fine print, it probably says, yes, and now we're going to use your contact information to get in touch with you again. Yay, Carla Jane found her iPad. Now, I support the politicians that I think will do good things. But even notice, so this one I get it. And I support them. And every time I get any political text, I immediately unsubscribe from that because I do not want to be marketed to in my texts. So I immediately unsubscribe from them, stop them, whatever it is. Like, I think you just put the word stop. If you get a text you don't like and it's an automated one, you can put stop and it's an immediate like unsubscribe. That doesn't mean I don't believe in the cause. It just means I don't want to be marketed to. Same thing with emails. I can still support the cause. And I have even said this because I have some of the causes that I support on recurring donations. And I have literally emailed somebody saying, I will continue my support. Do not think I do not support you, but please do not send me emails because they annoy me and then I may unsubscribe. Okay? Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, here's the fun thing. I will say, Christine, they may look at us where like we're cuckoo if they're not in the club. Decluttering is a thing everybody does. Oh, you're decluttering? So am I, And then you say, are you a destination declutterer? And they say no. And like, oh, you should be. It's kind of fun. Would you like to learn more about that? No, I don't want you to go all Amway on people. Yay. Click manage subscriptions, says Kara. Okay, so this is the one where we're talking about manage subscriptions. You can click on the name and it will bring up a list of emails where you can delete them, then unsubscribe. Interesting. Everybody now, and yay, Christine, for unloading the dishwasher and reloaded. Here's my high five to your high five. I guess it's a high 10. Everybody right now, if you are able to access your emails, look for, and I'm manage subscriptions could be a thing. Manage subscriptions, even writing that down right now. Notice you may not be in a position right now. Judy Duke says, I'm subscribed from 60 already. And you know what the great thing is? Unsubscribe versus deleting. Deleting just cuts it off at the surface. Unsubscribe gets it at the roots. So tomorrow, hello?
My phone fell on the floor.
The phone?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. It sounded like it came from the living room. Okay. I apologize, but I want to make sure he's feeling okay. He dropped his phone. It's on the left under inbox. And actually, what would be very helpful, Kara, what email service provider are you using? Is that like Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo Mail? What is that one? Microsoft, Apple Mail? It could be different. Yeah, Gmail. Okay, right. Yes. So I have, on the left, scheduled all manage labels, create new Mabels. I have so many. You guys would crack up. I have so many folders in my emails because my email account is like 10 to 15 years old. That's why I'm still using 66% of it. So yeah, take a look at that. Gmail, all mail, deleted messages. Interesting. There are no messages with that label. So play around. You can even, this is another thing. Yeah, exactly, Christine. Do you believe in our Lord and Savior club, Destination Decluttered? But I digress. Yes, that would be really weird. Please, There we go. Carla Jane says, woohoo, just did that. It deleted 32 at one time. Talk about working smarter, not harder. Not 1, 2, 3, unsubscribe, 4, unsubscribe, 5, unsubscribe, ... until 32. No. That is, notice what it's doing, people. It is categorizing. It is chunking things down into, these are all the emails from this one place. All of them go in the trash right now, as opposed to piece by piece. It's making piles of emails that are all similar. And then you can have one thing where you dump them in there. This is a fun thing to get in the habit of doing. Now, it may not seem like a lot when you get it done, when you start. It's like losing weight. It's like when you're decluttering, you will not notice, or you may not notice, a dramatic difference at the beginning because you're just hitting the surface. But you do this again, you chunk it down and do a little bit each day. Heck, maybe what you do is set your own timer for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes of one of our TikTok lives, one of our YouTube lives. And everybody practice going through your mail and deleting your emails during a TikTok live or a YouTube live. You could even start your own club. It's the email deletion club. It's a sub club. It's a sub club. And I'm not talking hoagies and grinders. It's another club where it's like, hey, does anybody, and you could show up and you could be the leader of this. You could show up at a TikTok live or a YouTube live and say, hey, does anybody want to join me while I set my timer for 10 minutes and unsubscribe from emails and delete emails? Then you could set your timer and you could keep an eye at the time, and other people, you could do what I would do. And you all would be doing it together, and you'd be helping yourself and helping others. That is one way you could become kind of a leader. Carla, you had mentioned wanting to be able to run a Zoom call when I'm not around, and I'm looking at my calendar, people. The next month, there's definitely a 10-day, 5, 10, 4 plus carry the 1, 7. There's a number of days. And then especially, I will say in June, there will be weeks where I will not be live. Yeah. Now, Gina, the only other digital mess I have is my photos in Apple. Notice where your brain pivoted. Your backseat driver didn't want you to feel good about the progress you're making, or you could possibly make. It is just telling you to not look at the solution, but here's another problem. To continue to make you feel bad, stop that. Stop, interrupt that backseat driver who's trying to make you feel bad. The neat thing is seriously, going through your photos, it's a very similar type of situation where you go through and you can delete photos every day. I know there are people who are in your photos in Apple. You could pull up photos taken on this date and start with the oldest ones first, and you can just delete some of those random ones that you don't want to keep anymore. You can also learn to take fewer pictures. You can also delete things more frequently. You can file them away so they feel sorted. But please, this is my thing now, and I feel good about it. Yeah, and I didn't see mine either, Judy Dukes, because I may not have that under subscriptions. So here's what you do, people, too, is you can also Google how to do this. Okay, so Gina, in your phone, right? One of the things you can do if you have Apple, collections. There's a thing, media types, videos, selfies, live photos, portraits, panoramas, time-lapse, slow-mo bursts, screenshots. Okay? Screenshots. I have 8,090 of them. I have the screenshot of the Key West, Florida weather that I just sent my neighbor who just landed down in Key West. It's 77, by the way. And then you can also, interesting, you can show map, you can do a slideshow. No, I was hoping there would be a way. Oh, here we go, down below, Gina. Yeah, so Gina, if you, here, see this? Down here below, there's a little kind of, it almost looks like, they used to call it the hamburger, and now it looks like, 3 lines. One of the things you can do is sort by oldest first. So I just flipped mine, and it's sorted by oldest first. My oldest screenshot, Hamilton, New Jersey, June 30th, 2010. 15 plus years ago. And literally, see that right there? I mean, look at how old that is. That was probably from my iPhone 3. Do I need that? No. So I will delete that photo. Now, the other thing you can do, so I just deleted one, but here's a fun thing. Okay, so let's say I've got the screenshot of my thing here. Then I've got that. That was totally my iPhone 3. I didn't even know I had these, right? I mean, do I need to keep these? What's that? I think Richard Gere was getting his back in 1999. A bunch of us walked out down to check it out. Oh, that was like, I don't need to save that. That was from September of 2012. So already I'm 2 years ahead. So now this is what I can do, okay? So Gina, check this out. You can hit the select button, and those ones that I just had reviewed to say, no, I don't want to keep those, I can hit them in a little, I can't really see it, but can you see that there's like a little blue check mark? And then I've selected those 5, and I can hit delete right there, and it's delete 5 photos. I also have multiples. Yeah, this is what my screen looked like in September of 2012, because I had taken a picture of that Burt Bacharach album. They were playing it at the Tin Angel when we went there for a show, and I really liked the music. So I had it on my screenshot because I was looking for that album. Interestingly, I have since found that album. So do I need that? No. And so I'm going to select, and I had 4 versions of it. I probably did it by mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4. Delete. Delete 4 photos. Now I'm down to 8,081. This is actually kind of fun. I can do this while I'm like waiting for my flights to take off, you know? Oh, look, that was someplace in 2013. See, already I'm catching up. There was a screenshot of when my old website was featured on something. I don't care about that anymore. Then I got an email. Like some of these, I don't even know why I have. Beginning of forward messages. Yeah. So funny. It's like walking down memory lane. It can be fun, and it can be fun to go through them and then put them in the recycle bin. It's like, these are a little bit like, I mean, photos are, even screenshots are a sentimental object, but sometimes you forget why you did it. Oh, there was obviously bad weather September of 2014. Yep, I think that's when we were up in Gloucester. And then when I was in New York, there was a bunch of traffic. Like these things are, but you get what I'm saying. It's you take a screenshot, and a screenshot is like a snapshot of something that you need temporarily. And then sometimes you don't delete them soon. But I may go and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write that down. I am going to, or here, how about this? How about this? Why write it down? I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. Does anybody else have anything they want to chat about in the chat? Or could all of us go in and spend even 2 minutes, and start to delete some screenshots from our photos or delete some emails? Yes. Yeah, Patty saying, I'm going to have to replay this. Yes, that's why this YouTube Live will be available shortly after, YouTube processes it or whatever. And remember this one, Patty. And I will call this one the one where we deleted and unsubscribed. So it'll be easier to look it up. Okay. So yes, let's do that. 2 minutes. I am rocking this today. Feeling some momentum. Yep. So I'm going to set my timer for 2 minutes. And I'm going to go back into my screenshots and do this. Write down the amount before I start the timer. Everybody write down the amount of screenshots you have. Like I'm just picking screenshots, pick a topic. So I have 8,081. Okay. Now, 2 minutes later, just 2 minutes, we'll see how many I get rid of. Now, I also want to make sure that I don't inadvertently delete something that I did want to keep. So I will go through it at a pace that feels good to me. All right. No, I don't want to do it for 55 minutes. Can you even imagine? All right. So we're going back to 2 minutes. And we're all going to do some deleting. The timer has started. There we go. All right. Screenshots. Nope. Hmm. 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 All right. This is like a bit of walking down memory lane. All right. I'm going to select some before I go. And there are some that are, it really was like a little walk down memory lane. Some of them I didn't remember. Others were very snapshotty, like here's the traffic. And one of them I actually sent to my sister because I was like, oh my gosh, blast from the past. All right. I did there was 8048. I got, I don't know, 30 some odd deleted. Now, if I wasn't only 2 minutes, there could be more. I have less, and I have now practiced the process. I literally, like right here, I have one from January of 2015 where it said, now, was I in Palm Springs? I don't think so. Palm Springs was 79 degrees. Where I lived was 1 degree. So that obviously told me a story at that time. I don't know what it was, but now I can delete those. I sent one to my sister. Now I'm deleting it because I sent it to her. This one was a memory of when we did something. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. You can know what to do. You can say, I'm going to do it. Yep. There we go. Gina, 63,298 to 63,127. The number has decreased. The pile has gotten smaller. Now, you may not notice it, but what you also did was you got yourself started. You familiarized your brain and your body with the process of deleting them. Maybe you had some fun looking at what you did. Other times you're like, I have no idea, but this was obviously something important at the time, or a way of communicating with somebody to be like, oh my gosh, look at this traffic, look at this weather. Here's a screenshot, of where we were. So I remember the address type of thing. Here's a screenshot of a screenshot type of deal. So yeah. And Gina says, thank you. I didn't know where to begin. Right. So Patty is saying, and we only get 5 minutes here, but yes, but now you do know where to begin. And sometimes, honestly, beginning at the end, at the oldest ones, because they're the most fadey ones, the ones that you don't remember why you kept them, can be the easiest way to go about it. You could even like sort by year. You could filter by not in an album. Like, don't get too overwhelmed. I would say start with a way that feels good to you. This is how I would probably do it, is I would go through and I would start looking, and I would notice with each one that I swipe by, the swiping puts it in the pile of, yes, I will delete this. As soon as I get to one that I want to keep, I would stop and I would get out, and then I would select all the ones I wanted to delete that I had already gone through, delete those, and then keep that one. And then I would start that one that I think I want to keep, and I would continue the process. Patty, I have recipes I've never used. Yes, we all do. They're called cookbooks. So, Patty, make a plan to not do all of them. Pick, chunking it down. Pick one recipe, Patty, and give yourself a timeline. I will make this recipe I am going to make tomorrow for dinner. Okay? I have it. I have recipes I haven't made yet. But check in. This is a recipe that you thought you wanted back in the day. Right. Now see how, Carla Jane, it can be fun. It can be like a little video game. It's like you're deleting the things that are making you feel bad. How fun is that? Recipes. You thought you wanted to eat that. I mean, it's the same thing too with anything that you have saved or flagged on your TikTok favorites or videos I haven't watched. Make a plan to do one of them. Make a plan to use that recipe within the next week. And if you haven't used that recipe in the next week, be kind to yourself and delete it. Because if you don't use it, yeah, you could use a recipe folder, but that still will be a collection of recipes. So I say yes, inside, if your recipes are, collect them up, but still, as I like to say, play with your toys. Make the recipes. Yes, temporarily. Yeah. Yeah, that's chunking it down, getting all the recipes together here, and then saying, I'm going to stop collecting recipes until I start making recipes. I will not collect another recipe until I make at least one recipe from this pile, and then one recipe is made and it goes, either I keep it in my permanent cookbook that, yes, I may want to make this again, or I delete it to say that was okay, but I'm good. It's the same thing. It's chunking it down to the single, doing the thing, corralling all the recipes, knowing this. I mean, your screenshots, the technology already categorized it for you. All the screenshots are here. Then you decide which ones you want to keep and which ones you don't want to keep, and you do something about it. I hope this helped. I feel like it helped. It was kind of fun for me. It's a rainy day. Instead of looking at TikToks and always going out searching for new things, how about playing with the stuff that's stored that you already have in your own home? This is stuff that's stored, right? So play with the stuff you've saved. Yeah, and I have a bunch of duplicates of screenshots, especially recipes. So yeah, delete the duplicates, save one, make a folder, say recipes. There we go. Freddie Pepper says, after I make a recipe off my phone, if I love it, I copy it on a note card and then delete. Yeah, now Patty says, I treat screenshots like a junk drawer. Now that's fine for you if you want to, but it may bug other people. And other times, I'm not saying yours would. If that doesn't bug you, then it's not a problem. But if it's a problem for you, if you don't like it, you clean out a junk drawer a piece at a time. And then, yes, empty the trash too, because sometimes you do need to pay for your storage. So this may be a thing. Like I already am seeing some stuff that I'm like, yeah, no, nope. I'm already up to 2016. I'm feeling a sense of progress. I may continue doing this tonight as opposed to checking out new stuff on TikTok. I will make a commitment. Okay, Gina, I do pay for storage, right? It's like, it basically is a storage unit. It's a digital storage unit for stuff that you're storing and not playing with. You could decrease the amount that you're saving to just the things you want, and you could pay less for storage. Yeah, I totally forgot they were there. Much like anything, stored clutter, screenshots. Notice Mr. Bacharach is coming up again. You know, sometimes you mistakenly screenshotted something and you don't even know it. I'm going to do this. I am making a commitment. Okay. Listen, let me do this. So Wednesday, March, Thursday, March, YouTube Live is now over. Tomorrow morning, we have a TikTok Live. Right now, I am going to write down the number of screenshots that I had in my phone of right now, right here. My destination is going to be to have far fewer screenshots. And so I'm going to say on my thing tonight, set timer for 20 minutes and delete screenshots from phone. Notice what I did. Okay. I chunked a piece of time, and I'm going to have something to help, which will be a timer. I'm going to focus on, during that 20 minutes, not getting distracted by anything else, and decrease and screenshot, get rid of some of these screenshots. Will I share some with some people? Yes, probably. Will I delete a lot of them? Yes. Will I put some in folders? Yes. There we go. Gina, you're getting more familiar with your stuff. Now I saw a duplicate option in my photos. That could be a thing. But again, go back to starting to do the declutter process. You can see all sorts of things and you can easily get yourself overwhelmed. Start with one category and start to declutter that. Get in the habit of doing that. And then maybe what you do is then you sort from more, then you flip it. You do the more recent ones and you start selecting the most recent ones, and you get in the habit of more frequently. Okay. Carla Jane's going to commit to emails. Anybody else want to commit to writing down the amount of items you have right now and then showing up tomorrow for our TikTok Live or YouTube Live, because there's both of them tomorrow, and then sharing your smaller number. Okay. So, you can write down the number to yourself. Okay. Or you can put it in the comments, but the comments will be deleted or not deleted. Like, we may not see the comments. Write down the number for yourself. And then tomorrow, before we show up, write down your new number. All right. I love it. Kara says emails. Carla says emails. Vico, thank you. Yes, I'm having a good hair day. Let's do this. Okay. Now I kind of went over 3 minutes, so I'm going to shut up now. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and let's do some decluttering of our digital stuff. Okay.